Hello, welcome to Die Hard United, the one stop for everything Manchester United. I'm going to bring you all the news concerning Manchester United today as the Glazers are looking to stay at the club for longer. We have news on Garnacho injury updates and also Manchester United and everything had interest in Ryan Gravenberch at Bayern Munich. You know, he played under Erik ten Hag at Ajax, but now he's at Bayern Munich, and there's interest from Manchester United, Liverpool, and some other clubs for him. But with his connection with Erik ten Hag, having been his former manager at Ajax, who could have the upper hand in this deal. So let's go straight to it. Joel and Avram Glazer are increasingly confident of securing outside investments that will enable them remain as United owners and potentially double the value of the club over the next decade. Despite confirmed bids from Sheikh Jassim and Ratcliffe via his Ineos group, Joel and Avram believe that the potential for organic growth over the years ahead could make the club worth at least $10 billion, with areas of growth anticipated in terms of broadcast revenue, streaming opportunities, and possibly reconstruction of our stadium, that's Old Trafford. There's a view within United's hierarchy that it can become more valuable with required investment on and off the pitch. With at least four hugely wealthy investment funds prepared to acquire a stake that will see them become minority stakeholders, Joel and Avram Glazers have the opportunity to remain as owners of Manchester United. And of course, I feel that all the news concerning a minority buyer or investor in the club, for me, it's just Glazers trying to hype up the price for the club so that say Jassim or the Ineos group will pay a bit higher. That's Ratcliffe will pay a bit higher for the club. I feel it's all for fake news because the potential for us to increase our revenue and become more valuable is there. But to do that, you need to spend at least 4 billion in the coming years to ever get to that level in the next 10 years or whatever, because we need to build a new stadium, which is going to cost around 2 billion, invest in training facilities, invest in the squad over in the next consistently in the next years. Players cannot do that because they are broke, they don't have money. So even if you get minority investment, fine, you can get a minority investment for at least maybe 1 or 2 billion, but I don't think you can get a minority investment for up to 4 billion or 5 billion. That's not going to happen because right now we are totally broke. We are in a lot of debts. So the Glazers, and also the Glazers, all the Glazers want is money. So if they get a minority investor into the club that wants to give them 1 billion, they would prefer to sell that stake and pocket that money, which they cannot do because the club still is in a lot of debt and still needs a lot of money. So instead of doing that, they're just going to sell the club outrightly and go home rich. So I think the 6 billion mark is what they're looking for. And once they get that, they are gone. See, you as someone who wants to buy a minority stake in the club should know that the Glazers are very much hated right now by the United fans. So if you are the one that's going to invest in them to stay at the club a little bit longer, you're also going to receive as much hate as the Glazers, maybe even more, because fans are going to be very angry with you for making them stay longer. So it's just going to be a lot of mess. The brand, the it's going to be a lot of mess. You saw that with Apollo Group in the summer, whereby we had news of them wanting to invest in the club, and the fans really targeted them and their business and the emails and everything, bombarding them with emails and the rest. So I don't think any player wanting to get a minority stake in the club is going to be welcomed at all. So for me, I think it's just going to end with Glazers selling the club outrightly. Leave a like on this video if you want the Glazers to leave the club as soon as possible. I want them to leave as soon as possible, and I'm sure all United fans want that. So if you're watching this video, don't forget to leave a like on this video. Just like Eriksen did a few weeks ago, Garnacho posted a picture on Instagram with the caption "Back with the boots." As we can see, his legs showing him wearing boots because he's probably back to training, maybe individual training for now, but his recovery process is looking like it is in the final stages. And hopefully that is what it is, because we definitely want him back. And also Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw, and other injured players, Varane, Martinez. Okay, Martinez out of the season, but Varane, hopefully soon we can get them all back. And to some transfer news, Ryan Gravenberch and his entourage will be making a decision soon on his future. The midfielder wants to play more, whether at Bayern or elsewhere. United will meet with his entourage, with Ten Hag being a fan of the player. Of course, we do know that we need to reinforce our midfield, and Gravenberch, who's going to be 21 this year, would be an ideal addition to the club. Although I don't think he's good enough to demand a place in the starting lineup immediately, but he's looked like a very good future prospect. But the truth is, I would rather we sign players who is ready to fight to get in the starting 11 immediately because we need that kind of competition. We don't need someone who is going to develop. We don't need too many players who have future prospects or are going to develop. So we need players that can come in now and do the job like a Frankie De Jong that we know that Ten Hag also wants. He will come in and start immediately and go on with it. But Gravenberch maybe is a bit too young and will take some time to adjust. We don't need too many of those kind of players at the club. But if Ten Hag wants him, then of course I would back him to get the player. He's very familiar with the players. They both know themselves. It's like Ten Hag and Martinez or Ten Hag and Anthony. They all know themselves. Ten Hag and Donny van de Beek, they know themselves very well. He would come in and know exactly what Ten Hag wants from him. So it's all down to Ten Hag. But also the stories around our transfer is still kind of uncertain because the club hasn't been sold yet. We don't know the amount of money that's going to be available. We don't know who's going to be our owners by the summer. It's all just confusing. But of course, we know that Ten Hag knows players he wants and ID players he wants to leave the club also. But it doesn't mean his wishes will come true. But let's see how that goes anyway. This is Die Hard United, the one stop for everything Manchester United. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all on the next one.